And we're joined today by Sherman Huff from Spanish Cove Retirement Village. And Sherman, thanks so much for being here today. We sure appreciate it.
Good to be here. Feel like I'm an anchor this morning.
I know, yeah. Now, we're going to be discussing some reasons today for people who think they're going to be retiring, ready to retire, but maybe they're really not.
Maybe they're really not. That's right. And one of the things that you've got to look at right offhand is, do you know how much it's going to cost you or how much you're going to need to spend in retirement? And many of us just kind of go along and we think, well, we're going to have this much money and that'll be fine. And I know back when my dad retired in like 1971, whatever it cost them to live in 1970, it pretty much cost them what they're going to live in 1971. So I think they felt pretty comfortable. However, not long after they retired, the inflation hit, the oil embargoes and stuff. The offsetting grace for them was that the inflation went up and they were getting 13, 14, 15% even on just CDs. And so that kind of helped offset. But today it's kind of like, even on 100,000, what they used to call jumbo CDs, you could negotiate good rates for, maybe 0.9, not 9%, but 0.9 or 1%, maybe give to 1% if you really argue with the banker. And so, not that we ever knew what retirement was going to be like or what's going to happen in the future, but I think since we don't know how long we're going to live, and we are living longer, and with things being so unsettled, I think you really need to have an idea of what you're going to be, what you're actually going to spend. And Andrea and I have always had a budget, but I may have mentioned this before some months ago, but we started about 6 months ago. We track everything we spend each day. $1.70 for an ice cream cone, it goes down. And it really gives you, it's even better than a budget because it really gives you an idea of what you're actually spending. And then you can sit down and say, okay, we can cut this out when we're not working, or but we're going to have to add this in because we're going to have supplemental medical insurance.
So can you live on interest and dividends?
That's scary. That would be a scary thing to do right now, I think, because as I said, like for my mom and dad, yeah, they did well doing that. But we talked about the jumbo CDs, how little they're paying. Interest and dividends are not paying that much, so I wouldn't want to rely on them.
What about moving? Does that help?
Well, moving, you can always look around and find places you'd like to live, find maybe a place that has lower taxes, more climate, more suited to you, things you think, better medical care, that sort of thing. But I think what a lot of people do is they go someplace and they visit, they go there on vacations, oh, this is a wonderful place, but they're only there for 2 or 3 weeks. And I really suggest before you up and make a move and make a major change like that, you go rent a place or something for 6 months or a year and really stay there and see if it's as good a deal as you think it is.
All right, good advice. Thank you, Sherman.
Thank you.
And if you have any comments or questions for Sherman, you can just email him at sherman@news9.net.